Hello? Yeah, hey all. Really sorry, actually, before your session, there is another session that I have. So I was into that and some questions came up in the last, so I was trying to answer them. So let me just open the file once. Okay. So I just open up the file of yesterday. So I think yesterday what we did was we had started off by the understanding of creating the calculate columns, right? Columns we made yesterday, the different type of columns that we have and we can use.
Yes.
And did we start off with we started off with the measures also?
You explained us what a measure is, but we did not start on it.
Okay, so profit margin and measures created, right?
Yeah.
So now see, like we saw that how we can make the columns. Right now, this was something that basically we all had seen that how the different columns are created. Those were the things that were clear to everyone, right?
Yes.
At the end of columns in that. So now what is a measure?
I had a question on the assignment, so either we can do it now or before the class, after the class.
Let's take it after the class.
Okay, sure.
So now we have something called as measures. We have something called as measures now in the Power BI. So what is a measure? Measure is like a calculation, right? And more like a runtime calculation. So what do I mean by that calculation is like, for example, when you make a chart, right? When you come in the Power BI and when you make a chart, so suppose I make a normal bar chart. In that bar chart, I am putting category over here.
Are you sharing your screen on it? Because we don't see anything.
I think that due to the continuity in the previous session, I was under the impression that it's there. Sorry.
Yeah, no problem.
So, when you make any normal chart, right? Suppose you create a chart for category that you want to see how much sales happened across the different categories. Okay, you pick up the sales and you show that over here. So what is happening over here is, if you just try to understand, what has happened is in the chart, there is a sum of sales for each category that is calculated. Right, for each category, you can see the total sales. That total sales for bikes, total sales for mountain bikes. So you are able to see what was the total sales generated for all the bikes, for all the categories. So there is a calculation that has happened, right? What's that calculation? That calculation is sum of sales. Will you all agree to it? There is a calculation that is happening, sum of sales. So that is exactly what a measure is, right? Measure is when you are adding up the numbers. That is, when you say you want to find the sum of sales or the average of sales, you want to find the minimum of sales. that calculation that we do is actually called as a measure. So when you are dragging the fields like sales over here, so what happens in that case is that calculation happens right away on that chart, right? Basically, it calculates the sum of sales for you. But with the help of measures, we can actually make some of our own complicated or some required calculations by ourselves as well. So what do I mean by that? Let's start with that. Let's first create the first measure. So if you click on the new measure, you will find the option of new measure over here. So if you click on that new measure, you will see a formula bar just like a column. It will come up over here. I'm going to call this as total sales.
Oh,
So
yeah, we had done this one. We had done total sales.
I think I didn't. Did I not save the file? Okay.
It should be down there. Oh, okay.
Huh?
That's not there. Okay. But we did it. We did this one. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm saying total sales equal to sum of sales, right? So when I click on this, so what happens is a measure is created, right? You will see this measure being created over here. Here it is, total sales. So when you make a measure, first of all, your symbol will be different that you will see over here. You have a different symbol like a calculator. And now it's a calculation, right? This is a calculation that we have written over here. What this is doing is this is calculating the sum of sales. Like for example, if I make a table, in this table, I put country, and then I pick up the field of sales. See, now it is going to give me the sales by country. That is the sum of sales. That is something that Power is automatically creating. But what I can also do is if I bring total sales in this, if I just bring the total sales over here, you see the total sales also gives me the same number because that is a measure that I have created by myself where I am saying calculate sum of sales. See, when you make a measure, you will not see anything being created over here in the data model, in this data view, because that is a calculation which is happening on the fly. So when you bring this total sales in the chart, so that is where what is happening is the total sales are getting calculated. Okay, the total sales are getting calculated the moment the data is coming over here. Getting it?
Yes. After this, we had done bike sales and 2018 sales.
Oh, we have done a lot of stuff.
Yeah, that was the two.
We actually had to do that part, right? That I think the time intelligence functions we have to start.
Okay. So measures was this only. We were not doing any more complicated functions like
No, we
measure.
have to do it now. Can you show me what all measures we created?
Yeah, sure.
Actually, I think there was
Share
a
my
confusion that
screen.
happened with me. There was another something that was also going on. It's also at the same page. So I just got confused in that.
Okay.
You just share the screen. Just I'll take a look at it.
Are you able to see my screen? So we had created this table where we created bike sales, 2018 sales, and we had created date table. Sales 2018 sales, and then profit margin, total sales.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Can you share this file with me over this chat?
Sure. Send.
Okay, got it. I'm just opening up the book. So we made this date table yesterday, right? And we would have made a relationship also, right? So date table that we made. So the actually we have to start from here this time. We have to actually, if you remember, right, what we did was we had, turned off one of the settings from here, right? The options and settings. We turned off this automatic date and time. Right, this option we turned it off, right? Remember, so just that basically because we know that whenever you have some date fields in your data set, Power BI creates hidden date tables, so that we do not want to create unnecessary date tables. So we unchecked it and we made our own date table over there, right? This is up till where we had done yesterday. So now what I do is, if you come back to that data view once, what you will have to do is you will have to tell to the Power BI that this date table, right? This date table is something that Power BI should be using as a this date table is something that Power BI should be using as a date table. So I will have to mark it as a date table. And this is also that I did yesterday, right? Marking as a date table, and date table also be marked it. Now the only thing that we need to do was that we have to make a connection between these two data sets. And what's that connection? That connection will be on the basis of date and sales date. Date and sales date. So this connection has to be made. Okay. Are you all able to make this connection?
Yes.
Right. So you know why the reason we have done all these, this work over here is to do some time intelligence calculations. Right. So we made a date table. We made the connection between the date table and this training sample too. The reason for all these things is that I would like to make a over here. If I'll come up, what I'm trying to achieve now over here is I'm just trying to make some time intelligence calculation. So please come in the report view. In the report view, please add a new page. And what we will do over here is I'm going to add a matrix. Please add a matrix. In the matrix, now what you have to do is in the rows you have to bring the year. Make sure the year comes from the date table. Year and month name. So you have to bring the year and month name from the date table. And now bring the sales from the training sample to I can expand it. Okay. See, now what I want to compare over here is I want to compare the current month sales with the previous month sales. So let us make a new measure for that. So all of you please click on the new measure. And I'm going to call it as previous month sales. So I will say calculate sum of sales, comma, we have a function previous month. I will say previous month, you will use the date field. Date field from the date table. Now this is where the time intelligence comes into the picture. Now this table over here, this date table over here, it will be able to identify which was the previous month and it will show the sales of previous month in this case, right? So please make this measure. The previous month sales. If you bring it in the values, you will be able to see the previous month sales. So just make sure the data is not sorted by months. So we'll have to sort it by months.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, what this formula does, Amit? The previous month sales. What this formula does actually?
So see, the data is not sorted. Let's just click on a month name and sort this by month. So just take a look now. See over here, this is the sale of April. This was the month of sale of May. So in the month of May, it is showing me I am able to compare it with the previous month. Like what was the sales in the month of April, the previous month.
Okay.
So this is what the previous month does.
Okay.
It helps us calculate compare the previous month sales. So I can say whether I generated more sales or less sales as compared to the previous. Got it?
How did you sort this, Amit?
Sorting, click on the column of month name and say sort by month.
Okay.
previous month is not adding to my rows.
Sorry.
Previous month is not being added to my rows somehow.
Can you share the screen?
Yeah. So I sorted the month name. Now I'm trying to add it here.
The values. Will come in the values.
Okay. Sorry.
One second.
What happened?
Can you share the screen once?
Yeah. Hmm. Total is not coming here, right?
No. So that's basically, but previous massage. Otherwise, it's right. So I was just saying that some number is correct.
Okay. Hmm.
Okay. Now, similarly, if you want to compare something like same period last year, okay, you wanted to compare that, okay, in the month of April 2018, this was the sales. What was the sales in April 2017? Right? You want to compare it with the sales of previous year, same month. So we have a formula for that also, right? If you create a new measure now, and over here I say uh, sales last year. I will use the same formula, calculate sum of sales, comma. We have a function called same period last year. And you have to give the date field, the date table date. So please create this. So it will give you you will be able to compare the sales with the previous year. See, you don't get any sales for 2017 because you don't have 16 over here. But in 18, you start getting the sales. That this is the sales in April 2018. This was the sale in April 2017.
Amit, when we are clicking on new measure, why it only creates measure and date table? Why not in training sample too?
Sorry, when you're clicking on?
So when we click on new measure, it creates a measure in the date table.
That is just because the table is selected. You can move it. So suppose if you just select on this, see, because in the measure, what is happening is the calculation is defined. Like it has to pick up the column from this table, this field. It is not creating any physical data. So whether you create the measure in this table or in this table, both are same. So you want to move it down, just select it, select that measure, and you have the option of home table over here. On the home table, change it to training sample 2, it will go down. It will move down in that case. So you can move it up and down wherever you want.
So any number of tables which are there in this report, measure can be created across them, whether they have a relationship or not.
Measure can be kept anywhere in any table. Because see, in the measure, what happens is you are mentioning the calculation. That in this, I want to calculate the sales from this table. I want to find the sum of sales from this table. So if you see, you are also using two tables also, right? One field is coming from date table, one field is coming from sales table. So it's basically the, depending on that
Any
measure, right?
calculation.
So it can be kept anywhere.
Okay. And when we create a measure, can it be used on an older chart which we created before the measure?
Anywhere you can use it.
Okay.
If you have any other charts also, you can use them anywhere you want. please, all of you make this. Let's quickly grab my charger. Hello. Yeah, hey, sorry, actually my laptop went off. So, okay. So, are you all able to make this last year one formula, sales the same period last year? And are you all clear on this? Okay, great. See now the next function that we will see over here is YTD sales. So what is a YTD sale? So let's try to understand that.
Year to
See,
date.
yeah, right? So basically, this what we do is just so in the year to date, you know what we do is we actually cumulatively keep on adding the sales, right? Like for 2017, Jan plus Feb, in the month of Jan, the sales will be of Jan. In the month of Feb, it will be Jan plus Feb. In the March, it will be Jan plus Feb plus March, and likewise, we keep on adding the sales up to the last month. And the moment the next year starts, right, when the year of 2018 starts, we start adding the sales again. So that is called as YTD sales, right? This is something that is used a lot as a metrics in every, most of the firms that you will see, that wherever you will see that in most of the reports you will see that YTD sales over there. So what I'm going to do over here is let's make that measure now. So if you click on new measure, okay, if you click on this new measure over here, let us call it as YTD sales. So for that, what we have is we have a function called total YTD. In the total YTD, we find the sum of sales, comma, you just have to give the date field again, right? That is sales date, and that's it. Not the sales date, date table date, and your YTD will be calculated, total YTD. Right, so please make this. So if you make this now and you bring this field in the chart, see it calculates the YTD sales. In the month of April, the sale of April, then April plus May plus June, plus July, plus August, and the moment it reaches the last month, it starts adding up the sales again.
So in
You
the
are able
end,
to, you are able to get the Power BI accounts. Hello, yes, you were saying something?
I was saying when you go to the end, it's funny how in the total they're showing just the total of 2020 year to date, not the whole sum. It's because
No,
it's
sorry.
maybe last year. If you scroll down,
Uh-huh.
it's grand total, it's showing the total of just 2020, not the entire.
So these totals are come. So these totals they actually come for this. So actually, in this sales field, it is going to show the overall total. But over here, if you see over here, the totals that you see, they are actually calculations that we are doing over here. These are the calculations. So it shows you the YTD sales of the 2020. So these totals are coming based on the calculation. So these totals will not match. So this is the sales last year, right? So it shows the sales of the last year in that case. And same way, this is the YTD sales. So it shows the total of that. So if you see 8359, so 8359, that is the numbers that you get in this. Okay, because normal sales field is just a normal addition. So that is why it gives you the grand total. Right. So I think this is where I'll keep today. Actually, so I'll just take the questions now. Like, Radhika, you have some questions to ask, and anyone else you would like to discuss anything? Rama, I also received your file. So, first of all, can you please just confirm that that is created the account?
Yes,
So
I
because
did.
I just okay,
But
so we just see the publish over here once. So before we just walk out, so I'll show you a quick publish. How do we publish the reports on that cloud? So if this is the report that you have, if you want to publish it on your account, the Power BI service account that I was showing you, you just have to click on publish button. On the home tab, if you click on the publish button over here, what happens is it will ask you to save the report. And what is going to happen is you have to sign in with your account. So in case you are already signed in, it is not going to ask for the sign in because see, I'm already signed in over here. If you see my name was coming, that I'm already signed in this. But if you're not signed in, it will ask for that sign in, your email ID and password. When you will all sign in for the first time, you will not get all these options. You will just get my workspace, your own personal space. This is the only thing that you will all get. So what you do is you simply click on my workspace and click on select, right? Something like in the Tableau we saw, Tableau public. So it simply publishes it. And you will see the report goes on your Power BI service account. And you can see all the pages, everything that we have done, everything is visible on the cloud now. Yeah, so if you can just let me know if everyone is having a cloud with them account.
Yes, Amit.
Can you please try to publish it?
ask for payment information. It just created the Microsoft account, did not ask for payment for free trial.
It didn't ask for the account, the
No.
payment account.
No,
Yeah, it didn't ask for any payment details.
nothing.
So then we rate. So
Yeah.
you can so we get account. In the Power BI account. So then you will to publish it. So Arshad, you have it. Rama, your account is also ready, right? So everyone has the account.
Yes, sure.
So the question I had was only that in the Word file, no, which you shared. So we received in that assignment 4 files, 2 CSV, 2 Excel, and 1 Word document.
It would have written five over there, right?
Yeah, it's written.
So five are four only. Five are four only. By mistake, I got it five over there.
Okay,
So it's,
that was my only question. I was missing something.
no. So you have a complete data set.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
Amit,
Hmm?
yeah, I have an issue in dropping. Like I just filtered it, it didn't work. Then I tried to remove the blanks, but still it didn't work. And I deleted some field in Excel and then uploaded. Still, it didn't work. So I don't know how to drop the
I have the same issue.
Didn't get the question. Can you come again, please? How to drop the
record.
Records.
The missing
Records,
records.
there is a, yeah.
missing records?
Yeah.
When there is a field which is empty, you have to remove that record.
Can you share the screen once? So that I
Sure.
can see?
Sure.
Hello.
I'm sharing, Amit. I think you're sharing the screen, so I couldn't. Hello? Hello?
Amit, you're on mute.
Hello. Hello. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Yeah, please. Just share the screen once.
Okay. Can you able to view my screen now? So actually, I filtered the blank in Power Query, but okay, so it's not visible here. But if I take the data, if I do a map out of it, I think like I'm getting the blank.
That would be coming in the data set. Just go in the zone column and try to remove it from there.
Yeah, I tried 1 second.
Just give 1 second and
Sure.
hello.
Hello.
Yeah, please, yeah, tell me. Sorry, actually there is some urgent office task that cannot be. So just uncheck the blanks from here and click on OK.
Yeah, that's what I did. This was actually okay. This is what I did, but still, very close. But still, I'm getting blank here. Still, I'm getting blank here.
Just uncheck it once, and click any other region.
I think you did change in some other table, not in the zone, because there was no null in the zone table.
No, there is.
Yeah, you have created the zone from the pin code geo.
Yeah. So you changed city tier, but if you go into the
No, there is a query in that you have to delete the records from the pin code geo
Right.
table.
Yeah.
correct, yes.
So she did that in zone also.
I did in both. I can able to. I can able to delete in tier 2. Yes, here I can able to do it because there was a blank, so I deleted it. But in geocode, I could not delete the blank.
In this one, if you filter on zone, you remove you deleted it. Okay.
No, here it is deleted. Okay, but if I'm making a table or graph, then the blank data is coming. The blank one is coming.
So should not come.
I was not able to delete it also. Whenever I am pressing that, from the ribbon, remove rows which have blank entities, it is not deleting it.
No, even Anusha, I can't do that. I'm just filtered I just selected the regions alone, and I just unchecked the blank.
Okay, in the filter you did that.
Yeah.
But it's not dropping, right?
No, it's not.
Is it like dropping and filtering both are same in this?
It's effectively doing the same thing, I think.
Yeah.
But data is not getting deleted, right?
Yeah, for me it is not getting deleted.
Yeah.
Last, if you please don't mind, I just need to talk of little urgent over here. Can you connect from here today? I'm really sorry. Rama, I have
Sure.
just share this file with me over the
Okay.
chat. I'll just have a look at it.
Okay. Okay. I'll do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.
Right, please click. I'm really sorry, to just
Okay.
end the session so abruptly over here.
Okay. I'm just saying. Amit, you got a file?
Yeah, file is there, Rama.